Hey guys, Warman here. I'm back with another spotlight, although this time it's not really a mechanic spotlight, but more of just a general feature spotlight. It's an understatement that we have a lot of factions in the mod, and as stated before, we intend for most of these factions to be playable in the campaign. Not all of them though. Enter bonus factions and emergent factions. We'll go over emergent factions first. These are basically factions that emerge in certain regions, typically factions that would normally come at a later date. The campaign open alpha introduced a few of these. One was for the Ottomans, for example, another one was for the Mamluks. Ones like these are relatively easy to make since it's just using ladder tier assets of other factions. This is yet another thing we've expanded for the next update, and literally the last thing being worked on before testing and launch as I record this. We're testing it on the battle side, the campaign stuff is still in progress. That's literally the last thing that we're working on. Hence me bringing it up. Point is, we have more of these coming. Now some of these are gonna again be using placeholders or more repurposed roster units. However, we do have some with unique units though, so we'll go over these. We have the Kingdom of Naples, which features a combination of the Naples units that were once a part of the Sicily roster, as well as some new units. We also have the Principality of Moldavia, made by senior team member LTD, as well as the Emirate of Granada, made by You Guess Who, as part of his revamps coming for the Almohads, Hafsids, and other such factions in the next update. Also, we do sometimes use these emergent factions for factions that we can't really fit on the map due to campaign constraints. For example, the Republic of Florence and the Bonnet of Bosnia are emergent factions even though they existed at the time of the mod. The Republic of Florence was, made by yours truly, and the latter was also made by LTD. Unfortunately, due to the nature of these factions being emergent, they aren't playable on the campaign map, but that's what Custom Battle is for. We intend on some of the more unique emergent factions being playable, and this, again, can already be seen with some of these. Like for example, if you just want to be able to play as the Ottoman units, we have their faction here. We also have bonus factions, which are factions that for one reason or another are not playable on the campaign map, but we want to give the players the opportunity to play as. The first of these is the Principality of Wales, who has some unique units in tier 1 but kind of peter out in the later tiers. Because of this and some, historical issues, they are not playable in the campaign. I know people are probably not going to be happy with that, so we'll probably elaborate on that in a future video. Also, in the event that we ever take out factions from the campaign map, they'll still always be playable in Custom Battle. Also of note, we have the Papal States, which are the opposite because they are currently playable in Custom Battle only, but eventually they will be playable in the campaign. The reason why they aren't at this time is because we have several papal mechanics that are going to come with them, like the College of Cardinals. We want to wait for those mechanics to be done before we make them playable in the campaign. But to get back on track here, bonus factions are also useful for factions we can't put on the map, and can't really be made emergent due to the region they spawn not being on the map. A good example of that is going to be coming down the road at some point is Novengard, and I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation, whose roster is being made by Lusum as he continues to work on the Russian region. And yeah, if you've been wanting for more Russian representation in the mod, it's coming, it's just not for this update. In the future, we plan on even more emergent units and factions. And, it really is up to what we want to do, because the sky is the limit, especially since DE Trooper figured out how to fix the front end issues we were having before, which is why certain factions got taken out in the first place. So yeah, for the most part, it's pretty much how much we want to do. It's pretty exciting stuff and gives a lot of potential stuff to play as in Custom Battle. The combinations you can do, are very, very high, like almost limitless. That's all for now. As stated, this has been some of the last stuff we've been adding, and, as stated, we're almost at the last phase of testing with it. And if you want to help us test stuff, remember, testing is now opt-in. So if you're interested in helping us in the home stretch here, do join our Discord and opt in. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you all next time.